Hey there, sweet souls. Oh, welcome to Coffee and Tarot. This is Weird and Woo Woo, where we are all weird and we all get woo woo. Okay? Okay. The chair is joining us today. You hear it? It went like, I swear, 10 minutes without making a squeak, and all of a sudden it came back with a vengeance. And I'm like, okie dokie. Hey, Kelsey, how are you? So I was going to do yes, no, maybe so today. You know what I mean? And then I kept getting this prove it, prove it. So where's the proof? Proof is in the pudding. Like all these kinds of things. Like, um, like what's real type of energy. I know that sounds really weird. It's like okay, it's like wanting proof of something is what it felt like to me. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, that could be general readings because, I only have 4 days planned out. And then, like, the fifth day is whatever. So we're still going to get to the yes, no, maybe so um, reading. But I did have this morning, I had some time. Hi, DW, with my little man. He had his little lunch, where mommy and daddy can come and eat and all that kind of stuff. And he gets so freaking excited. Can I just say, thank you, Terry. Oh, I hope that's good. I just realized that could go either way. I was just like, oh, I hope it was worth it. I hope. Sometimes give yourself some space. Sometimes if it's like the human can get like, wait, what, me? Kind of thing with readings and such. And sometimes give it a little bit of space and breath, and then come back at a later point when you've had time to digest stuff. So, but anyway, so yeah, we got to go, and he like gave us like 10 hugs before we left. He gets so excited. Like he is like the sweetest, biggest heart, like just I don't know how to explain it. Like sometimes you're like, oh my god, I hope nobody takes advantage of him, because he is like the uber sweet one of the three. You know what I mean? Biggest heart will just go above and beyond, and you're like, oh no, don't be like mommy now. But anyway, so it was really fun. We got to go do a little school stuff. Oh. Alrighty, so I got my coffee, and I don't know who or what is wanting. It just feels like proof. Like prove it, prove it. Where's the proof? Proof is in the pudding. Like it's kind of like I'm like again, it's the energy of no more lip service. Like if show me what's what. Like if something's real, like I don't know, it has that energy. Like somebody's demanding proof of something. Kind of like it feels like if someone says, okay, this is gonna happen, they're like, prove it. I'll believe it when I see it. There we go. That's the thing. I'll believe it when I see it kind of energy. So we've been down this road before. We know how this goes. We all have had those moments. So I'm just going to go ahead and hand it over to Spirit and find out where we want to start. Okay, so they're bringing me. It is a little bit of like somebody not believing something. Again, I guess that's the idea of lip service, like not believing something. Or feeling like they have reason not to believe it, and so it's kind of like until there's proof otherwise type of situation. I don't know. I was like, okay, so that's why I was like, well, we'll just do another coffee and tear, and then we'll go to yes, no, maybe so tomorrow. This is a mixture of the Oracle of Emanations and the Oracle. Ooh, ooh, ooh! You see that shit? Oh, my thing's about to fall out. Okay. When I tell you, it took me a hot minute to hijack this thing so it would get in the right position. I'm trying to open stuff. Oh, I hate when it does that. Like, focus, for crying out loud. like I've turned off the autofocus where it readjusts and stuff, but apparently it doesn't. Oh, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Oracle of Emanations and Oracle of Souls. You see, it'd be making me mad. This is the only thing I don't like, Kelsey. I'm just telling you right now. It's going to get on my nerve, my ever-loving nerve. Let's just hope the camera doesn't fall because I hold on, guys. It is falling. That's why it looks that way. Okay. Okay. Like, oh, like the amount of like work it took to get it to, oh, good God. Okay. I got caught on a cord, y'all. Caught on a cord. All right. Let's pull whatever card they want. Angel of Verdancy. This is the Oracle of Emanation. Okay. Suklaf. Well, I tell you what, they use words. I opened it automatically onto the. Okay, that's just, I'm telling you. Like, I got excited. Leave me alone. The wind moves through the grass in waves, carrying with it the seeds of growth. It flows across the landscape and burrows into the cold soil. Okay. I'm going to go to the parts that I highlighted because they just tell a story and I'm like, oh, get on with it. The transmuted life already craving the open air and the ecstasy of sunlight. It is nature and natural for plant life to seek the sky and the blessing of the sun. With this simple act, no prayer, the dominion of Suklaf expands. With open hands, this card denies decay and defies entropy. All is verdant. Okay, I don't like. Why do we gotta? Seriously, it's just talking about where something like life lives and thrives and blooms instead of dying. For crying out loud, let your roots take hold and allow the gaze of Suklaf to fall on you. It is a season for blossoming. Jesus, remind me to put that on here. Go to the last sentence because I cannot stand fruit. Y'all know me. Like some of those are very to the point and everything else like that. And it's like, but this one, oh God, I can't stand the whole, like, let me just put a bunch of words in there so it sounds really pretty and it's unnecessary. Like, I'm not that person. I can't stand that shit. Okay, here we go. So this is a time of blossoming where things thrive, where they don't go to die. Okay, I don't know what the whole, like, prove it is, but we'll get to it, I guess. I hope, Spirit. I literally put it as a title. Change the entire trajectory of the reading for it. Time of blossoming. Look, I mean, and look at this. This is exactly what it looks like. This is nature at its finest, where it's thriving, is what I want to say. It's thriving. Judgment. Now they bring me back to the I believe it when I see it. Like, again, somebody's not trusting something and therefore maybe not believing something that they're being told. Energy is that of the King of Wands. I can already tell you that Spirit is asking you to remain focused, to keep pushing forward, to be like a single-mindedness rather than allowing Ooh, the other day we had something about temptation, remember? Rather than letting some type of temptation pull you astray, this level of doubt, right? That you need. King of Wands is singularly focused and follows through. He reminds me of the chariot energy. He embodies that where he is in alignment and singularly focused and determined. Does that make sense? Because over here we have the Seven of Swords with the Six of Wands, where it requires you to have a positive mental outlook in order to have the success. And I don't know why they're saying that something may have the appearance of failure, of futility, of not happening, but there will be success. So it's almost as if like it's like I'm getting like a trick, like there's a trick, like like an optical illusion where something looks a certain way, and at the last second, you know what I'm saying? So like stay the course, because we have the jet, like the oh no, these are some terrible sayings. Oh Lord, what is the better way of saying it? It ain't over till the opera singer sings. Like the other saying is really bad. It's always like it's disparaging, and I don't want to do that. How about we just, it ain't over till it's over. That's where the last judgment is. Like the fight's still going on. Keep pushing through until the last of it. Like it ain't over until it's over. We're gonna leave it at that, because good Lord, the first one that came in, I'm like, no. Gonna put on the brakes with that one. Now they're singing the whole song for me. Okay. So this really is. It's like Spirit asking you to keep going, moving forward. Don't stop and wait for the proof. Keep moving forward, and the proof will be given, is what I want to say. Is the way that I want to say it. It's like, don't, you're almost there kind of thing. Like the curtain call is what I'm thinking. Last judgment. Like keep fighting through. Okay. Try your best to not be deceived, because success is at hand. Push through this. Push through any appearance of deception, of falsity. Don't resign yourself just yet. Obviously, there's a level of fear here. I feel like it's more like, okay, so we have this coming out again. Five of Wands twice. Wait just a second. Something's going to come through for you. It feels as though, because the Seven of Pentacles is always about like the long wait, the work, the preparation, the seeming failure, like something hasn't come through. But when it's put with the Three of Wands, that's all about your ships coming in. Something will break ground. You fear something is going to crash and burn. You fear something won't work out. You fear the battle. Like I feel like this is a battle between your intuition and your some subconscious fear that you've got. What is the Knight of Cups? I don't know if you can't see a move, or you can't see the way that something's going to work out, right? Four of Cups would be the three. You see the Three Cups, and you're like, none of that. Nope, none of that. the answer, the fourth cup. And so there's this level of apathy in between. You're waiting for that fourth cup. I do feel like the Knight of Cups is going to come in, and it brings in this balance. It's going to bring. It's going to. Yeah, it's going to bring in the victory. It's just right now that you really anticipated seeing evidence of something by now. You really anticipated at this point, and you feel like a fool that you don't see any evidence of something. And so you're getting to the stage of like, this is just futile. Like you're going to give up on the idea and notion that it's that something is going to happen. But it's like, honey, it ain't over till it's over. Like, I don't know if you feel like this is like some kind of losing battle or what. Like maybe your deep-seated fears are losing because like you really see, this is the problem when we assign the way in which something's going to happen, the how, those kinds of things. Because if something happens where it's like, oh well, now the how couldn't possibly happen, you assumed in the way in which something was going to happen, and the evidence external to you says otherwise. But they're like, it's more the end goal. Like the overall thing is still going to happen. I do feel like whatever this Knight of Cups is, it takes you back out of this mental battle, this battle between, there's something that comes in. I don't know why I'm getting this, guys, but it feels like there's more way than one to receive evidence of something, and you're looking towards something particular, you're looking at something particular, and it is not supporting something you either think, believe, or thought were to be true. And so you're like, okie dokie. Well, you know what? I'm not going to trust it until evidence shows in. And I feel as though there's more ways than one to, this may be a question of your, maybe just something that you knew, like something you thought would happen. But you're looking at particular details, and something must not have popped off. Something must not have happened in the way in which you thought it would. And so you're like, well, shit, I guess I was wrong, or I guess it was wrong, or I guess the information was wrong, or I guess it's not happening. And it's like, it's the idea of, well, I'm not going to believe in that then until I get proof. And they're showing me like, I don't know. I got to come up with, I'm trying my best to come up with a scenario. Let's say that you knew your sister was going to get married, but not just married. She was going to get married in the Bahamas or something like that, right? And when you thought, oh, I know they're gonna pop the question on such and such day because of X, Y, and Z, and like you're just you got it in the bag. You just know that's how it's gonna happen, right? Because it's been her dream for forever, right? To get married in the Bahamas and all kinds of stuff. And anybody that asks her to marry her would know that, right? And the day comes and goes, and you're like, oh shit, okay. You know, they didn't pop the question. And you're like, okay, I guess I was wrong. And it's like, oh, it ain't over till it's over. Like, you thought, because you added in like the story. Remember, it's kind of like the reading I had this week. It was like putting stories to things. And that's what the ego will do, is like, okay, it's going to be like this. Oh, must be the avenue, or this is how it's going to happen. And it's like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, and what ends up happening is something completely different, because she comes in and she's like, oh my God, you won't believe what happened. And you're thinking, okay, finally someone popped the question. And she's like, Jeremy's going to be taking me to the Bahamas. And you're like, wait, what? It's not what you thought. Like, you thought you had the sequence in your head. She's going to call me. Jeremy proposed. Come look at my ring. All kinds of stuff. And then it was like, oh, the two of you would get to, you thought the two of you would get to kind of like, you know, like plan the whole thing out. And like the two of you would tag team to convince Jeremy to get married in the Bahamas and all kinds of stuff. Little do you know, you were right all along. Your sister's getting married and she's getting married in the Bahamas. But Jeremy is then coming to you and some other members of the family, and he wants to surprise her in the Bahamas with everybody showing up because he's actually going to marry her on the spot there, right? But your first, like, I know this is a weird, stick with me. So you thought you were going to get a call about a ring, and it didn't happen. No proposal happened, no nothing, and you're like, oh, I must have been fucking wrong. Then you get wind that she's going to go to the Bahamas with him on vacation, and you're like, well, wait, what? And it's almost as if it's like evidence in a different form. Like, it's actually happening, just not in the way that you thought. Such a weird fucking analogy, but I really couldn't pull one out my ass. Well, I kind of did. That was kind of pulling it out my ass right there. And so it's just this weird scenario where, like, you see how when you cling to certain details and those particular details don't happen. So you think because those particular details didn't happen, well, everything you thought was wrong. Everything you heard, whatever you knew, it was all wrong. And so blah, 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 blah. So there's this idea and notion that you're human and your intuition, higher self, soul, whatever you want to call it, right, is kind of like going at odds, in conflict, right? And it's like they're letting you know, please understand, like you haven't, the curtain hasn't been called. The last bell hasn't tolled. Like, wait. And damn it, we did talk about this. So think back to aspects of the self about being the observer. Wait for the signs. Like, you're looking for specific details for proof of something, and it's not the proof. You need to wait. Don't pass quick judgment. Don't, you know what I'm saying? And I think that you're going to get some inkling of evidence, right? Like that phone call where Jeremy, like where she's like, oh, Jeremy and I are going to go on a vacation to the Bahamas. You're like, wait, what? And it kind of, it's like if you were just to wait. So something's going to come through. It's not going to be what you fucking thought it was. It's not going to be what you thought it was, because you're harping on some detail because you are so sure that's a very specific detail and that was going to be the telltale sign, and it's not. And now you want to jump to conclusions like, okay, well, I guess that really wasn't X, Y, and Z. I can't trust this, or I can't trust me and my intuition or what I thought, or, you know, and like, so yeah, you're doing it's like, let's not go to dramatic thinking. Okay. Wait. You can't know every single fucking detail. Wait. This is a reminder that it is a season of blossoming, that things aren't going to die. Like, whatever you thought would happen is going to happen. It's not going to waste away. It will thrive. It will happen. It's just not the way in which you think. So I would say don't have any preconceived notions of synchronicities or proof that something's happening. You'll get signs. You just got to be patient enough and tempered enough, balanced enough, and not so much in your head, okay, conflicted, so that you can receive the signs and synchronicities and messages. I want to know then about the Knight of Cups. How's that going to come through? How is that when you see Golden Universal? Well. Mm-hmm. Please clarify the Knight of Cups, please. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. the two fastest moving tarot cards in the deck coming out around. Now, I felt a bit of communication off of the Eight of Wands. I did. But we have the two fastest moving tarot cards in the entire deck. There is someone, I feel like the Emperor here is enmeshed in this. Some type of communication or information is going to come your way. It's almost as if it's like whatever you thought was going to be the telltale sign is not the telltale sign. And I feel like has something to do with like, there's going to be a very quick change here. There is going to be a piece of information or communication coming through. And it is the victory you're looking for. Okay, so I feel like the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands are exactly the same. Along with the, am I missing something here? Because I feel like the Emperor is, because, you know, the Knight of Wands is somebody coming towards you, bringing something in quickly and fast, right? Eight of Wands is the communication that's coming into you. All of it leading to some level of victory. But why does the Emperor feel like it's one and the same with, I mean, look at all these fucking, who is the fucking Emperor? Is he the two knights? Like, I feel like the knights represent the actions that he, whoever this is. I don't understand. Okay, we now have three knights, for crying out loud. We're getting a little messy here. We're getting a little messy here. We have 3 Six of Wands. I don't care if you take notes from this message, but the fact that Spirit's like, yeah, it's going to be a success. Like, everything's going to be fine. A victory will be had. You will come out the victor in whatever situation this is about. Things are going to improve. You thought you knew how there would be an indication and some detail you're hinged on, and that detail obviously is not what you thought it was. And so now you're like, oh, well, shit, I got it completely wrong. And so now you're in the position of not wanting to believe something or not really wanting to, you're like, oh, well, fuck, if I can get it wrong, then all right, well, I'll just believe it when I see it. I'm not waiting around. We're going to hold my breath. We have there is a sense of defensiveness, and it's like very hard for you to kind of keep your ego and your human in check right now, because I got to be honest with you, their argument seems a bit stronger than your higher self and your intuition. You're like, holy shit. It's taking a lot. I feel like it's like having to swallow your pride, really. Like it feels like it takes a lot. You're very fearful or protective or defensive about believing something. Ooh, you're like, I don't want to just, you're afraid to believe something. You're afraid to believe it. And right now your ego and your human are winning, saying, yeah, that shit's not going to happen. And it's like, you want to believe it. So you're like, I'll believe it when I see it, get it. I'll believe it when you know what I mean? Like you don't want to put your heart and soul into something. You don't want to put your heart and soul into something. And you're using some detail as the see, like it's your thing. It's like you're looking at a particular detail and it's not going your way. And so you're like, well, out of self-preservation. That definitely would be self-preservation right there. So we now have the Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. It's odd because it's almost as if like I can't really discern what it is. I feel like that is a piece of information that will be withheld from you. But all I can say is you're looking in the wrong direction for evidence of something. And you're looking at something as if it was going to happen a particular way. And you got to remember, just because you receive visions doesn't mean you receive all the information. There's elements to this that you're not aware of. There's elements you're not aware of. Now, funny enough, with this particular image of the Five of Swords, you notice how that there's two people walking away over here? And it's like some level of conflict happened, and you end up being the victor, which we know because we've had how many? 3 Six of Wands, which victory. So they're set, but the idea, the notion is at what cost, right? Like two people may feel like you have fucked them over. Two people may be upset that you won, but the truth of the matter is you didn't necessarily do anything that was any particular, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not your fault. Somebody in this situation is going to come out on top. Somebody in this situation is going to come out on top, and it might as well be you, correct? Correct. Why not you? And I feel like you're going to actually really overcome whatever it is that you feel like, whatever. This has something to do with what keeps you stuck. Spirit's promised you that you're going to get free from something, and you think you believe exactly, you know exactly how it's going to happen and how it's going to work out, and how it's going to transpire. So you're all like, ha. And then you've received some level of either lack of evidence or evidence to you interpret it as being the exact opposite. And Spirit's like, there's shit going on behind the scenes you just don't know. And I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is delivering your wish fulfillment. I don't know who this is. They haven't confirmed it for me yet. If that's like, it's the idea of something coming to you. Or, I mean, conversely, I got to be honest with you. The Knight of Wands can also be somebody leaving quickly, just as much as they arrive. Whatever it is, peace will be restored and there'll be forward movement. Who is this? You need to give me some information on who the Emperor is. Is this the person I'm reading for? It doesn't feel like it. If you're looking at a particular person, like you think they are an indicator of what's about to transpire, you're like, as soon as this happens or as soon as they do this or whatever, like that's not going to be your telltale sign. Like something might transpire exceptionally fast. Who is the Emperor, please? I'm sure hoping whoever this is for understands who the fucking Emperor is, because I'm over here like, what? I'd also like to say Whatever you think, that little tiny detail you thought was going to happen, or like that you're hanging on to that would be evidence of something transpiring. What if you're not getting the full truth of it? What if you're not getting the full truth of it? What if you're being lied to? What if somebody's a situation or something is putting up a mask? And so you're looking at details going, oh, I guess this isn't going to happen then. Okay, well, now you're not wanting to believe something. And it's like, what makes you believe that you're getting the truth? That something is in full sight just yet? No offense, guys, but it's entirely too busy out here. I don't understand who the emperor is, okay? It feels, but I'm getting like, I feel like it feels like the emperor is, because you got several different knights. I would think, you would think it would be a bunch of kings, but the idea behind it being a knight is that is some level of action that is occurring. Someone carrying out a certain action. And I'm going to try to figure out, I can't stand all those things. 10 of Cups, second time, showing its face. And we may just have to leave it at that. That was way quicker. I don't really understand it, but I feel like telling you that you don't see it yet. Stay the course. Push through. You will have a victory. And whatever you're looking to right about now for evidence of something going the way you think it's going to go, the way that you believe it was going to go, like that's not the right kind of evidence. Wait, be the observer, wait for something to come in. You'll see. You'll see that information will get revealed to you. And with the Two of Swords, y'all know that I say this, it's like, this is like the decision of what's true. Two different truths. Hold on. Y'all know I sneeze like a freaking million times. When they're crossed, the truth is somewhere in the middle. But I feel like saying this is, you believed one thing. Like you believed the how was going to be one way, but it's actually going to be another way. You believed the how of something, and you can't use what you're seeing with your physical eyes and what's being presented to you at face value as the truth. You're going to have to go within. This is that situation we were talking about on Monday, where your intuitiveness is going to have to win out, where your higher self, like where your human's just going to have to trust the higher self. Because I feel like somebody just got dealt a blow. Somebody feels like they found something that they could count as evidence as to, see, knew it wouldn't happen, or knew that wasn't true, or, oh, okay, well, I guess that wasn't true. Like, I don't know what it is, but you feel like you've gotten and received something. And it's like, just wait. Just wait. It's not here yet. It's coming. And I want to say the way in which it does, you might have been believing the wrong truth. But there, again, another victory card. Chariot's all about victory. Something is going to happen, and it is going to lead to your wish fulfillment. It is going to lead to your happiness. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say whatever it is that you thought to be true, and how, like, something that would eventuate is going to eventuate. You just weren't aware of all the nitty-gritty details on how that was going to transpire. I feel like this is one of those situations where the plan constantly changes to keep up with the way in which timelines shift and people's energy shifts and all the players that are involved. And so it's one of those things where it's like, as long as you understand that this is the time for thriving, time for blossoming, where something's going to happen, and you just have faith with that, and you stay focused on that, and you stay determined, and confident in that, then you will have your victory. Don't worry about it. Victory will come. Okay. This is the prime example of when I want to know nitty-gritty details about exactly what's what. And that's the whole point of the message is like, no, because you focus on the wrong nitty-gritty things. And so it's one of those things where it's like, if you just stay focused on the goal, King of Wands, that shit, you will have your fucking victory, okay? King of Wands, the reason why he's determined, focused, and has major follow-through is because he has positive mental outlooks. He positions himself in such a way that mentally he's prepared and ready, which is what the Seven of Swords is about, to ensure this success. It is his mental focus and his follow-through that ensures the success. And things may seem conflictual right now, but don't worry, because the curtain hasn't been called. The last act hasn't happened. Just wait. Okay? So I feel like that's addressing somebody who is thinking or feeling or encountering something today that was like, oh, great. And they're like, no, 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 no. No. That's one of those little temptations that will lead you astray, that'll get you on some kind of a path of like self-destruction. And that's a no. That's a big fat no. Have y'all, there's an energy too. I don't know if it's almost like this strain on me getting words out from my head to my mouth, like a disconnect, like a difficulty in speaking the truth, in articulation. And so I feel whoever I'm reading for must be in an energy of, I don't know what the truth is. And it's calling into question their own truth. Because I feel so staccato, like I haven't finished a sentence, which is a little bit ADHD of me, which I do have. But this just feels like it's swirling a lot internally, and it's so hard to get out. Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, well, that was weird. But aren't we all? We always do weird around here. So, all right, tomorrow I'm going to come on and we are going to do yes, no, maybe so. And that's where somebody's needing a yes or a no, or is it a maybe, like an answer to some type of question. So, all right, I will hop off here. I hope everybody have, see, I'm just telling you. I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day. And I will see you all tomorrow.